Hi, need a ride? Hop on in. I'm headed to Julia's Trucking Cafe. Come on, let's go. Cool, we made it just in time. Come on, let's go get a seat. Hey everybody, welcome to Julia's Trucking Cafe. Everybody get a seat and something to drink? Now sit back and enjoy the show. I have lots of news to cover, so let's get right to it. Troopers are giving students an eye-opening lesson about semi-truck blind spots. Officers with the Illinois State Police say that they recently got the opportunity to educate more than 1,000 high school students on what truckers can and can't see from the driver's seat of a semi-truck. On the 9th of March, the Illinois State Police shared a Facebook post about traffic safety education event held in Williamson County. They wrote, "We wish every driver could have the opportunity to experience the view from a semi-driver's perspective. The blind spots, which hide all types of vehicles, are hard to understand unless you actually sit in the seat." Approximately 1,500 high school students had the opportunity at the Williamson County Traffic Safety Days this week. On the right side, there are 3 cars and 2 motorcycles. On the left side, there are 3 cars. In the front, there is a car. In the back, there's a full-size van. All of these vehicles disappear from sight once they are seated in the driver's seat of the semi. We remind the students to stay out of the truck's blind spots so they can avoid a crash. We encourage everyone to drive safe around commercial motor vehicles. This post has gone viral and has been shared nearly 1,800 times. Kudos to the Illinois State Police. I am so happy that they have done that. In other news, a truck driver says he was shot by a car driver who cut him off. Police say they're looking for a suspect who shot a truck driver during a road rage incident in a construction zone in Florida this week. The shooting incident reportedly took place after 10 o'clock at night on Thursday, March 14th in Marion County, Florida. An unidentified truck driver later told police he was traveling northbound on I-75 near mile marker 349 when traffic slowed for construction, which is about right. And the weather is always warm in Florida, so they're always working on the roads. The trucker said that he spotted an SUV driver weaving in and out of the slowed traffic. The SUV driver then squeezed in between his truck and the guardrail and cut the truck off, according to the trucker. The vehicles moved past the construction zone and sped back up again, back up to normal operating speed. It was then that the truck driver heard a loud pop. At first, he thought he blew a tire. But then the passenger side window blew out and he took a gunshot in the arm. Though he had been shot, the trucker managed to pull over safely and then call 911. The shooter continued north on I-75. Multiple agencies, including the Florida Highway Patrol, responded to the incident. The trucker received medical treatment at the scene. The incident remains under investigation, and the Marion County Sheriff's Office is seeking the shooter. There's no detailed description of the suspect or the SUV available at this time. If you have any information on the shooting, please call the Marion County Sheriff's Office in Florida at 732-9111. It does not list an area code, but it's 732-9111 if you are traveling northbound on I-75. Let's get this idiot off the highway. In other news, a truck driver loses his life attempting to help unload a load of steel beams. A truck driver was killed in Utah on Monday. This was reported on March 19th when the cargo that he was offloading at let me start again. A truck driver was killed in Utah on Monday when the cargo that he was unloading off of his truck fell on top of him. The incident happened around 1:40 p.m. on Monday, March 18th at Warner, and it's not Werner, it's Warner Trucking in West Valley City, Utah. West Valley City police say that the truck driver was helping others to unload steel beams from his truck when one of the beams fell on top of him. West Valley Police Lieutenant Amy Maurer told the local television station that during the process of unloading, the cargo became unstable and fell from the forklift, pinning the truck driver. He later died from his injuries at the scene. I want to extend our condolences to that driver's family. His identity has not been yet released. OSHA will be, of course, investigating the incident. And in other news, there was high winds in Texas around March 15th. Last week, Thursday and Friday, that multiple trucks I've been seeing in the news have been flipping. A storm chaser captured the moment that a FedEx truck fell prey to a high wind gust in Texas. The video, which is going to be in the article, which you can access in the show notes, will be available. And the video was captured by the storm chaser Blake Brown in Amarillo, Texas on Wednesday, March 13th. He says it was an insane day today. Amarillo, Texas had winds sustained at 64 miles an hour for a bit and gusts up to 80 miles an hour. Damage is all over town. Over 40 semi-trucks blown over just in the Amarillo area alone. I was able to capture 2 of the trucks being blown over on Lakeside, just north of I-40. Strong winds were being funneled through a pair of grain elevators, which caused the trucks to tip over. Brown's video includes several more minutes of semi-truck drivers struggling against the strong winds after the FedEx truck flips. And like I said, you could see it at the bottom of this article. If you subscribe to our email list, I will go ahead and email you the show notes to your inbox. This episode of Julia's Trucking Cafe is brought to you by Julia's Virtual Assistant Service. Have you ever thought of hiring a virtual assistant? Do you even know what a virtual assistant is? Well, may I suggest you contact Julia's Virtual Assistant Service to find out how they can help you and your business. Do you have things that you hate doing? Are you an owner-operator and have receipts that you have to turn in to your accountant? Boy, I sure had plenty last year. Well, hand them over to Julia's Virtual Assistant Service and concentrate on the things that you enjoy doing. They do from basic website design, social media marketing, to bookkeeping, to transcription. Julia's Virtual Assistant Service can help you and your business with the things that you hate doing. Any task that you have, hand it over to them. Contact Julia's Virtual Assistant Service today by going to their website at juliasvaservice.com. That's Julia's, V as in Victor, A as in Apple, service.com, juliasvaservice.com for all of your virtual assistant needs. Man, they have fast turnaround times. They have economical pricing. Go ahead and visit their site today. Cause to blame for 2 accidents. In Clay County, Indiana, on Interstate 70 between Brazil and Terre Haute turned deadly Saturday morning as 2 fatal accidents involving tractor trailers happened within a couple of hours. Police say that the first 2 accidents occurred just after 9 a.m. A tractor trailer was operating in the left lane of westbound I-70 near mile marker 10 when a tire blew out, causing the rig to lose control, veer into the median, and become entangled in the guide wire along the median. Indiana State Police and emergency crews were called to the scene and were working to free the rig when investigators say another tractor trailer, whose driver was distracted, failed to stop for the slow traffic. The semi plowed into the rear of an RV before continuing on and striking a passenger vehicle and another tractor trailer. Indiana State Police said one person died and 2 more were taken to local hospitals. The name of the deceased was not yet released. As crews continued working to clear the first accident, truck driver Joe Robinson Jr. of Indianapolis was also traveling westbound near mile marker 17 when he dropped his sandwich. Robinson then reached for the sandwich and told police he took his eyes off the road for just a moment. Once he looked back at the road, it was too late. He failed to see that the traffic was slowed down ahead of him. He swerved but struck another semi-truck driven by Michael Workman, 30 of Glendale, Arizona, in the rear, causing its fuel tank to ignite. Robinson's truck continued until it came to rest in the median. April Robinson, 45 of Indianapolis, was in the sleeper berth at the time of the accident. She was pronounced dead at the scene. Charles Tolbert, 52 of Yuma, Arizona, was in the sleeper berth of Workman's truck, and police say was transported to a local hospital having sustained neck and back injuries, which are not believed to be life-threatening. Neither driver was injured in the wreck. Investigators confirmed drugs and alcohol are not believed to be contributing factors to either accident. In a statement, Sergeant Matt Ames of the Indiana State Patrol implored drivers to eliminate distractions while behind the wheel. All we ask people to do is put down your sandwiches like we saw here today, and put down your phones and look through the windshield while driving. In another article of the same accident, you can see here in the article that'll be in the show notes that they're also saying that the distracted driving is caused by eating, hence the title of the show, that eating could possibly kill you while you're driving. And that talking about this April dying on this show, and there's more graphic pictures to that. In other news, an SUV driver dies after hitting a semi-truck that was parked at a rest area on-ramp. A truck driver's been cited for illegal parking following a fatal crash involving a passenger vehicle at a rest area in Ohio. This crash happened on Wednesday, March 20th at 9:30 of northbound I-75 in Butler County, according to Cincinnati News. Troopers say that 36-year-old Michigan-based semi-truck driver Michael Vosberg has parked on the left shoulder of an exit ramp leading into the rest area and was asleep inside the truck when an SUV driver driven by 39-year-old Faye Peter Nee left the marked portion of the exit ramp and rear-ended the parked semi. Nee was pronounced dead at the scene. Vosberg, the truck driver, was not hurt. Ohio troopers cited Vosberg for illegal parking. Fellow truck driver John Hall was on the scene of the crash and spoke to troopers on the scene about the legality of the parked semi-truck. After witnessing the fatal crash, Hall pled with truckers to find safe parking. Please, drivers, if it says no parking, try to find another resting place because you can wake up to a felony charge. He wrote, Voss has not been issued any felony charges at this time. Technically, it's vehicular manslaughter, people. It is illegal to park off the side of the interstate. People don't get it. And in other news, a DOT blames freak fatal accident on a semi-truck's missing lock washer. The Mississippi Department of Transportation says that the death of a college student who was hit by a flying truck tires at a rest stop was probably caused by a missing $3 metal ring. On March 5th, 21-year-old Margaret Maurer was killed while she stopped at the eastbound I-10 rest stop in Goshen, Mississippi. Authorities say that a semi-truck driving westbound on the interstate lost 2 tires. The tires crossed over the eastbound lanes of I-10 into the rest stop where they struck and killed Maurer as she stood in the parking lot. The runaway tires also struck 2 vehicles at the rest stop. The truck driver realized that he lost the tires, but not that they had hit someone, and he turned around to go look for them. He then noticed the emergency vehicles at the rest stop and pulled his truck off at mile marker 68, where he made contact with the police. Following the incident, local police asked the Mississippi Department of Transportation to investigate. And now for Lee's bullshit. Hey, Lee, how are you doing today?
I think that groundhog must have heard me, and I made him mad because now it's raining and the wind blowing all the time. They got the snow. but I got the wind and the rain. So, anyways, I don't know. We'll get it right one of these days, I guess. So,
one of these days.
You know, I've been hearing some of this stuff on the news that you're talking about, and my heart goes out to these people got killed for some other person not thinking. You know, that really gets to me. I mean, it really does. It bothers me. Some innocent person gets killed over some, not thinking. And the guy with the sandwich, I mean, I understand he's eating a sandwich going down the road. Okay, I understand that, but are you eating a sandwich during rush hour traffic or what?
I passed that accident Saturday morning, and I mean, there was so much crap all over the road, you couldn't tell what they hit. If it was a box truck, an RV, apparently another vehicle. There was another story that the person blew out a tire, like it said, and was on the side of the shoulder of the road. And then this other truck didn't see the stop vehicles or slowed down RV, rear-ended the RV, pushed him into the truck that was broke down with the blown tire, and then the third accident happened. So it was really two separate accidents involving 3 or 4 vehicles. It's crazy.
Well, what I don't get, they got these things that's called brake lights, correct?
Yes.
Everybody's supposed to have them. You don't see brake lights on? I mean, I don't understand that. I mean, I just don't understand how, if you ain't got your mind on your business or something, is something definitely wrong, okay? Because, I mean, that's what brake lights are for. You go see brake lights, and I know, in traffic, you can start watching the slow down, a mile in front of you?
Apparently, he wasn't looking 15 seconds ahead like they always teach in that Smith system course that I've taken I don't know how many times.
Apparently, I mean, I just, like I said, hearing this stuff, I mean, it don't make sense to me. I mean, you ain't going to sit there and do that stuff. When there's a lot of traffic on the road, you better wait. Now, if you're out on the interstate and everything's kind of, spaced out, and stuff like that, that's a whole different ball game, because it don't take but a split second when you got a bunch of cars and trucks together for something to happen. It don't take but a split second. It just don't.
If you drop something, leave the shit on the floor. It can wait. Just like New York State, you go through the thruway, and they're saying that text can wait. There's a text stop 2 miles up the road or something like that. That sandwich could wait. That piece of candy, that cigarette, unless it's lit, can wait. Stomp it out with your foot or whatever you need to do. You don't need to be reaching down and picking this shit up. I just don't get it.
I don't either. I don't want to kill nobody else, and I sure don't want to kill myself. I mean, I got a little respect for other people. I mean, I don't want to see nobody get hurt, especially over something that I did.
Yeah.
Or that I caused. I mean, the guy that lost his wheels, I feel sorry for that guy. I do, because he's kind of the victim in this deal. I mean, I last time I looked, I didn't see a preacher that means take your hub apart and make sure it's got all your parts.
Right.
I've never seen that. I feel the guy's got to feel terrible, and then my hat goes off to you, and I wish that ain't never happened to you, because he's going to live with this for the rest of his life.
Right.
And he was, though it was not his fault, he had no control, but he's going to feel bad about it. I mean, he can't help. I feel bad for the guy. I mean,
I've never had something like that happen before. So and I've seen it time and time again, that they lose the whole set of a doggone tandems usually on a trailer, not so much on a tractor. I mean, does the spindle break on the axle, or does the nut back off, or how exactly does that happen?
The nut, that's what that lock nut is in there to help prevent, okay? That's like your outside nut. If you tighten it too tight on the axle, see, all that's pressure against your bearing nut.
Okay.
And you've seen these trucks with just smoke coming out. I mean, on the tandems, that nut right there is too tight. It puts that on that bearing, and it will actually burn the bearings out.
Okay.
But many years ago, I lost the outside tire on the trailer, and I know those Dayton type wheels is what I had on this old trailer that I was pulling. And what happens is it's got studs in there.
Right.
You know, and then you had your little cap, which they don't make them things anymore. But what happened, the studs actually broke. Never seen that happen. And come to find out what it was, they had it fixed one time and the studs was too short.
Oh.
It's what happened. I mean, but this is a everyday going thing. I mean, the people try to get stuff fixed, they expect it to be fixed. Right. A lot of these shops are just going to do what they want to do. They think, oh, well, that guy will be up in another state before this breaks, and we just make this much money. No big deal. Right. And that's where they look at it. It's like I had problem tires yesterday, and I wanted to raise things. Where'd you get them? Here.
Right.
You know, like, we weren't expecting this, you know, but I just don't get it. I mean, a good mechanic, especially on stuff like that, breaks, they will lay them a towel out or have them little tray. They lay every part on it. That way, when they put it back together, every part is accounted for.
Yeah, but anymore, of these shops, they have, especially like you were talking about, the one in particular is a major kind of shop. They have to get corporate approval from the corporate trucking company, but also corporate gives them guidelines about what they can do and what they can't do. What can we fix and what we can't fix, you know? So
exactly.
Their hands are tied. I mean, in a way, it's not the mechanic's fault. I had one, like you were talking about being out of round. They told me it could go out of round sitting up on a shelf because I had a steer tire wobbling really bad, and I couldn't tell. Was it a bad drive tire? It wasn't really shaking in the steering wheel, and the maintenance guy said it's a out of round steer tire. I could almost tell it was, and they wanted to do the same thing, turn it around, take it off the rim and flip it over. That's not going to, if it's out of round, it's out of round. Whether you're flipping it back a different way on the rim, I don't think it's going to help anything. The tire is bad, the tire is bad. You know, change it out.
Well, see, there's a place on that tire that's supposed to line up with your valve stem. It's like you high and your low side of your tire. It's what a lot of people don't even know about.
I didn't know that.
But there is. There is a place on that tire. There's a mark. And years ago, they used to say DOT or something like that on them. And that supposedly is the low spot, or the high spot. It'd be the low spot on that tire. And that's where it needs to be, right there.
Oh, okay.
That's from years ago, you know, but that's what they did me, but I was not very nice about it. I kind of staked my mind, you might say, and I just put it one way, I'm running on new tires, let's put it that way. So, anyway, but, you know, I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, a lot of these folks now, they don't know very much about trucks. The more they do it, the more they will learn, I guarantee you, because if you stay around a truck very long, it's going to break. You're going to be in the stuff, you know. I mean, anytime my truck goes to get anything done, I'm right there watching it.
Yeah, you got to watch them like a hawk.
You do. You know, I mean, what are you doing here? You know, just like, you know. That's why a lot of them don't want you in the damn shop, you know, because they know you're watching them, you know. Oh, exactly. That's distracting to our mechanics. That's distracting to our mechanics. No, you don't want your ass to be looked at by us that might know what the hell we're doing out here and saying, what the hell are you doing now? You weren't supposed to be doing that. What are you doing this for? They don't want to be questioned. Well, I'll tell you a little story of what happened to me. This is a true story. I'm going to leave out names. I had a brand new truck. I probably had 20,000 miles on it. Okay? And I noticed the front pinion seal was leaking on this truck. So I'm in this town, and they got a dealer there. I went into the dealer. I said, hey, man, I said, this thing's going to want it. I said, it looks like the pinion seal is leaking right there. Okay, we'll fix it up. I said, well, I'll tell you what, let's get it in the shop. I'll get me a motel for the night. I'll come get it in the morning. You can get it done. Yeah. So anyway, this morning, hotel came over to my truck, right? I go in there and the back of the truck, I can see it. And I see all this stuff around the rear, pumpkin on the rear end. I thought, what is that? And I go in there. I said, what's all that stuff on the back of my rear end of the truck? Oh, the vacuum was leaking worse, so we fixed it.
Oh, my word.
I said, are you kidding me? No, the vacuum. What about the front one? Did you fix it? You know, the back wasn't nothing wrong with it. But long story short, I left out of there and I went down the road, a push road down there, and I climbed down the truck, got my wrench, and my plug on the back rear end was about to fall out.
Oh, wow.
I checked my plug and everything on front. And I always try to look over stuff after people do it, you know, and I look, good thing I did, you know. I mean, it was actually, I could turn it with my fingers. So, I mean, it's just some of these shops they got a bad reputation, man. I hate to deal with them. I really do on some of them, but you have to, and you don't have much choice anymore, you know. You know, some of the Loves and Petros and TAs. Now, hey, they got some good, some of them's got some really good guys in it. They really do. They know what they're doing. And some of them, they don't. I mean, it's just all there is to it. They just don't have them. So,
and we've talked from previous episodes, the previous shows about parking on the side of the interstate, parking on the on-ramps, and all this kind of stuff. When you're parking on the, off-ramp, you didn't even get to the rest area yet. You don't even know if there's any open spots or not. To me, that's just plumb lazy. You're not even trying to go in there and park like you're supposed to. I'll just park it right here. Nobody's going to hit me. And then they shut their lights off on top of that so you really can't see them. What do you think about that guy getting killed?
I think it's terrible. I don't think the guy should have been there, but I'll give you a good example about something. Right over there on Interstate 30, a roadside park, they closed it down, right?
Yeah.
And they went in there and they tore everything up. But like the exit, you know, how you would go out? Mm-hmm. Do you believe trucks are still backing up on that and parking?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, still parking there. I mean, you know, a big sign. Rest area closed.
And it's actually trespassing. They don't understand that either. When you're going into a state facility that is closed, you're trespassing.
Exactly right.
And you could be, it's a misdemeanor, but you could still be cited for it. So don't jump up and say, oh, I got no other place to park. Go find some place. And like we keep harping about, trip planning. Do trip planning.
It can happen, but sometimes we will get tied up. Hey, if you do, you do. It is what it is. You don't have no control over stuff like that. I mean, you get tied up at a shipper or receiver, or if you have mechanical problems or tire problems, look, take that into the bank. If you're sitting at a truck stop getting a tire fixed and knowing you can't make where you're going, shut it down.
Yeah.
You know, call
Do an 8 at least.
Exactly. I mean, call UD and say, look, you know, I can't make it. Well, the time I get to where I really want to go, you know, I ain't going to be able to find a place to park or whatever, you know. I mean, take care of yourself, you know, because trust me, ain't very many of the trucking companies that you work for really care about you parking. Okay, that's not.
Yeah, they're not going to. If you don't take care of yourself, nobody's going to do it for you. Is how I always look at it.
Exactly right. It's just like we did that little deal about the snow and stuff. You know, it's your call.
Yep.
You know, and they don't understand that, but
yep.
That's just the way it is. That's just the way. You know, I guess they say the cookie crumbles. I guess it is.
So where are you headed? Where are you headed to today, Lee?
I'm heading back to Texas right now. I'm still in the good smooth roads of Oklahoma right now. So I am heading back, but I had problems myself yesterday with, you know, some tires and stuff. I mean, it happens to anybody, but I mean, I think it was January 16th, 2 brand new steers, balanced, and it started shaking, couldn't hold it on the road.
Wow.
You know, come on, that's over $1,000-something right there, you know, and get him hold it on the road. So I had to voice my real nice opinion yesterday. So.
and we won't say exactly what kind of opinion that was.
No,
we got to keep the show G-rated at the moment. So, but thank you so much for calling in again, Lee, and joining me on the show again this week. And you take care and you stay safe out there.
All right. Well, thank you for having me, and everybody be safe, and God bless.
I greatly appreciate all of you who tune in each and every week to listen to us on the cafe. If you are new here to the cafe and would like to check us out, at the bottom of every podcast episode on the website at Julia's Trucking Cafe, there are links that I have listed on where you can also find us, like iHeartRadio, YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, Stitcher, Spreaker, and many, many more. I also created a page entitled Where Else You Could Find a Show on the website. You can also like us on Facebook, and don't forget to join our discussion group at Julia's Trucking Cafe Regulars. I share recipes on our website under Cafe Menu, Cooking in Your Truck, and Recipes, and also a page of stupid shit that drivers do. I would ask that you don't forget to subscribe to our email list, and I will send you the show notes of the articles that I talk about every week right into your inbox. This way, you don't have to come back to the website, which, of course, I'm glad you do, to view the articles that I reference in every show. And in the future, I'll be having new things coming out, and if you're on the email list, you'll have priority in getting those new things that are in the works. Before I forget, please feel free to leave a comment on the bottom of any episode on Facebook, Twitter, or on the website. I read each and every one, but if you have an idea for an upcoming show, please feel free to email me. My email is under the contact page on the website at info@juliastruckingcafe.com. Take care, and thank you so much again for listening and joining us each week. Keep the shiny side up. Don't forget to turn on your headlights while you're using your wipers. Use your turn signals when you're making lane changes or making turns in traffic. And take care and have a blessed week.
Join our convoy, ain't nothing gonna get in our way. We gonna